Well, good morning, and thank you for joining me on another bicycle ride. Say today I'm heading towards Beatrice, Nebraska, and we are 7 days away from the start of the 52nd RAGBRAI ride. Now, if you're not familiar with the term RAGBRAI, that stands for Registers Annual Great Bike Ride Across Iowa. And it's an annual event held in the last full week of July that goes from the west side of the state to the east side of the state. And every year the route changes. This year we're starting in Orange City on Sunday, and then we'll end up on the east side of Iowa 7 days later. And it is a great ride. There's about 20,000 people that participate. You camp every night and just have a great time riding through Iowa, enjoying the scenery and all the different people that participate in the ride. So next week, today, I'll be on my way across Iowa. Now also, I just came back from 3 glorious days bicycling in Iowa. I was north of Des Moines, camped for 3 nights, rode during the day, had an absolutely great time. So I just want to remind you that if you're thinking about an adventure, we don't learn anything from experiences we're not having. The only way to learn is to get out and have an adventure. So you can watch the videos all you want. You can read as many books as you want. You can think about it as much as you want. But until you actually go out and do it, there's really nothing more to learn from it. So the experience comes from getting out there and doing it. That's the key to us staying active and healthy. And right now, just getting ready to pull into Pickerel, Nebraska. And this is my first place where I'll stop, take a little break, and get some refreshments. So I really like that quote. You don't learn anything from experiences you're not having. You can watch videos until you're blue in the face and you can read books all day long, but until you get out and actually hands-on do it, that's when we learn. So I think the key here is this, it's action. We have to take action and get out and do something. And the more we do that, the greater our confidence grows and the more our courage increases to take on even more and bigger challenges. Because that's what we're here for. We're here to learn, we're here to try new things, and we're here to explore. Now with RAGBRAI this year, we're starting on the west side of the state in Orange City. We end up 7 days later in Gutenberg on the east side of the state. And one thing that makes this year's ride unique is that on day 2, we're taking a detour into Minnesota. So every year, something a little bit different. Every year is a new experience. Every year is something new to learn. Get out, try new things. So recently on one of my rides, I met a person while I was taking a break, and we were talking about where we were going and how long we were riding, just what bicyclists do. And the person said to me how totally unimpressed they were with the trail that they were riding on. And I thought, that's a really interesting statement, that it's not up to the trail to impress us. It's up to us to be impressed with the environment that we're riding in and the experience that we're having. And if you go out thinking an inanimate object like a trail has to impress me, I have news for you. You're going to be constantly disappointed. So instead of going out thinking, you know, the trail has to impress me, or the weather has to impress me, or something has to impress me, maybe we should go out and say, I just want to see what type of experience I have today and how impressed I can be with what I'm doing, the action that I'm taking. That's a total different shift in our mindset. And I think when we shift our mindset to thinking about how much we're enjoying something as compared to how disappointed we are in something, that we have a totally different experience. So it just seems to me that a lot of times we spend a lot of time and put a lot of energy into complaining about things. And I think when older people complain, it's really annoying to everyone around them. So I started doing my own little informal poll just to get an idea about, when talking to people who are about my age, what do they talk about? And are they really complaining, or is this just something that I've heard? So through my own informal survey, I found there are 4 things that older people tend to complain about a lot. And the first is their health. Second is the weather. Third, medications that they're taking. And fourth, the government. Now, complaining about something and doing something about an issue is 2 different worlds. And when we complain, all we're doing is saying, here's something that's wrong that I don't like, but we don't ever come up with a solution. So it gives us kind of a free rein to do nothing but bitch and complain. So I thought, here's a suggestion. Instead of complaining about your health, if there's something about your health that isn't right, do something about it. Make a change. If you don't like something about what's going on with the government, do something about it. Vote differently, get active, but take some action. But sitting around complaining does nothing except make us miserable. And besides that, people get real tired of listening to people complain all the time. So I think in life, we're either improving by the minute or we're declining. There's no such thing as the status quo. And if I'm complaining all the time, I'm declining. Because the thing I'm not doing is taking any action to improve something. So I want to add one more item to my list, and that is older people have a tendency to tell younger people how great it was back when. And that if we could only go back to 1959, that's when things were really good. And right now, everything sucks. Well, the reality is, you're not going back to 1959. Get a grip. It's today. Nobody wants to hear about what you thought about 1959 as compared to 2025. Also, complaining about things that are outside my control, like complaining about the weather, is a real waste of time. Now, I think there's 2 things in my life that I can control. I can control what I think about, and I can control what I do. Beyond that, everything else is outside my control. So if it's outside my control, complaining about it does no good. It's not going to change anything. So, sure, we have things that we don't like. Sure, we think it used to be better back when. But today, it's about moving forward. And it's about shifting that mindset to improvement, not decline. So what is it that I can control? What is it that I can actually do something about? I can do something about what I think about, and I can do something about my behavior. Beyond that, we need to understand that those are things that are outside my control and aren't going to do me any good by being upset about it. Change the mindset, move forward, be focused on improvement. Okay, so what do you do if you have a complainer in your life? How do you deal with that? Well, trying to convince them that there's a brighter side or a positive way of looking at it is a real waste of time. They don't want to hear that. What they want you to do is give them attention and complain along with them. So I have a really effective way of dealing with somebody who complains a lot. After they get done voicing their complaint, all you have to do is look at them, pause for just a second, and then say, So, and see what they have to say. And what you'll find is, since you're not complaining along with them or trying to convince them that they shouldn't complain, they don't have an answer for that. Now, if they start complaining again, let them go ahead and complete their complaint. Pause for a second, look at them again and say, so? And what you'll find is it really diffuses the situation and it takes away their ability just to complain about things. So maybe a place to start is this. We need to take a look at our own behavior. Am I complaining a lot without solutions? Or do I really focus on improving things? Then I get to make that choice every day. Do I want to be a complainer or do I want to be an improver? Now, I don't know about you, but I find it hard to be around complainers because they just suck the energy right out of the room. And I would prefer to be around an improver who has some big ideas and want to see things get better. So that's our choice. Complain or improve. Move forward and get better, decline and go backwards.